A warm welcome to all of you to my channel Gear to Action. I Pradeep would like to thank all of you for sharing and subscribing to our YouTube channel. In today's topic, we will discuss about marine boiler safety valves. Types. There are basically three types of marine boiler safety valve: ordinary, high lift, and improved high lift safety valves. So you can see the ordinary safety valve. It is a winged valve and it does not have any waste steam piston. Next is high lift safety valve. It is also a winged valve, but it has a wider waste steam piston and there is no floating ring in this. And then we come to the improved high lift safety valve, which is also a wingless valve and it has a waste steam piston, a floating ring. Valve lift for ordinary safety valve is D/24 and valve lift for the high lift safety valve is D/16, and for improved high lift it is D/12. Ordinary marine safety valves. When the boiler pressure reaches to 3% more than the working pressure, the safety valve lifts. Understand? And in ordinary safety valve, the lift is minimum due to valve lift being D/24. It has very minimum valve lift due to its characteristics, and that is D/24. Hence, the excess pressure build up inside the boiler cannot be released quickly. The maximum lift of the valve is as per this formula: pi d square by 4 is equal to pi into d into L. Hence, the valve lift is L is equal to D/4. Regulations for boiler safety valve. What all the regulations are there for the boiler safety valves? Number 1. Each auxiliary boiler, that is including EGB, is required to be fitted with at least one safety valve, and when the water heating surface area is more than 46.5 square meter, 2 or more safety valves are to be provided. Number 2. The bore of safety valve must be between 19 mm and 102 mm. Third one, the aggregate relieving capacity of the safety valves must not be less than the evaporating capacity of the boiler under maximum operating condition. Understood? It should not be less than the evaporating capacity of any boiler. Fourth one, accumulation pressure test. When the steam stove valve is fully shut and the boiler burner firing continuously at full load capacity, the maximum pressure build up in the boiler should not exceed 6% of the maximum allowable working pressure. Fifth, during this period, feed water can only be admitted for safety reasons only. In this condition, all valves are shut, everything is shut. If there is any safety reasons, that time you can open the feed water. otherwise nothing is allowed. Each boiler is to be fitted with an easing gear by which the safety valve can be operated from a safe platform either by hand or by mechanical means. 7. The area of the escape pipe has to be equal or greater than the combined outlet area of the safety valve, and the pipe should be free of any restrictions. This is a drawing of a boiler high lift safety valve. It is drawn by me only, and you can see it that this is the D by 4, greater than D by 4. This is hood, and this here you can see the compression screw. This is the lock nut for locking the compression screw after the setting. This is pinching screw, so your hood should not turn after tightening, so that is to secure the hood. And here is the valve body. This is upper spring carrier, and here is the venting for venting purpose, and this is spindle and lower spring carrier, floating ring, and this is drain, locating pin for the valve, steam outlet, valve, and this is the valve lip, okay, valve seat, steam inlet. This is D, this is the D, and then drain, lip clearance. This clearance is called lip clearance. Seal here. This is spring and vent, and finally easing gear, and this is also the seals for sealing purpose only. So let's go for the boiler high lift safety valve lifting principle. This is just a exploded view of that drawing. This is valve and valve seat. This is lower spring, and this one is the floating ring, which acts as a liner for the waste stream piston. So the explanation is in the next slide. First go through this drawing properly, and then I'll explain. Steam acts underneath the valve and it lifts bit against spring pressure. Shimmering starts. Steam fills up the annular space of the valve seat after being deflected from special design of the valve. Some of the steam leaks from the lip clearance, but steam pressure also builds up in the annular space and applies more force on the valve lip. Now both pressure works together to lift the valve more, which is called pop-up action. These both pressures joins together and lifts the valve further, which is known as pop-up action. Then pressure acting underneath the valve and pressure acting on the valve lip. Now the steam pressure fills up under the lower spring carrier and pushes it up, while it acts on the floating ring to be held down in position, which acts as a cylinder for the lower spring carrier. This floating ring is held down and it acts as a cylinder for the lower spring carrier. The lower spring carrier works as waste steam piston and pressure is known as waste steam pressure. This waste steam pressure further lifts the valve to its set pressure. So wherever the valve setting pressure is there, that time this piston will, the waste stream pressure will lift the valve to the set pressure. Accumulation pressure test. So why it is carried out? The test is carried out with the steam stove valve shut, with boiler burner firing continuously at full load capacity. The maximum pressure build up in the boiler during this test should not exceed 6% of the maximum allowable working pressure of boiler, should not exceed more than 6%. Safety valve blow down and its significance. Blow down is the difference between set pressure and reseating pressure of a safety valve, expressed as a percentage of set pressure, and is governed by the setting of the ring above the valve seat. Lowering of the ring will reduce blow down. Setting up the ring will increase the blow down. What is the significances of doing all this? Too little blow down. If there is your valve blow down is too little, it chattering, opening and closing repeatedly, which may lead to mechanical damage to safety valve seat and other parts as well. So, if there is a too little blow down, chattering of safety valve and unstable relief operation will be there. Understood? And next one, if it's other way, too much blow down, it's not economical. Loss of water, loss of chemical, steam energy, and ultimately fuel. So let's come to safety valve inspection. What all we have to inspect on the safety valves? Valve and valve seat. Visual checks for scoring, hairline crack and matting surface check. For this we use the Persian blue. We demand this one in our engine store. There is a tube and that Persian blue is there. You can check the matting. Spindle. Check straightness, trueness, bending, corrosion, fitting, wear down. Straightness you can check, trueness you can check by hanging it and then making a true sound. Spring, you have to check for the length of spring. The natural length LF is greater than 0.91 and distortion. Body, you have to check the valve body for corrosion, pitting or cracks. Drain passes, they must be clear and must be clean. Easing gear, in easing gear you check the wire condition, condition of pulleys, no distractions, properly greased, easy to move, properly eased up. So let's go to setting of safety valve. How do we set the safety valve? First thing, when are safety valves reset and procedure to reset? Number 1. Safety valve must be overhauled and reset at every survey. Understood? Secondly, ensure at least 2 pressure gauges are available. You should have at least 2 pressure gauges while you are setting a safety valve, boiler safety valve. Screw down the compression screw on both valves as few turns more than the previous setting. Slightly screw down. Whatever the setting was, you unlock the locking nut and then screw it down slightly to the previous setting. Fourth one, ensure that all boiler mountings are in place and steam stop valve must be shut. Follow the instruction for firing the boiler from cold condition. After boiler burner has cut out automatically, change burner firing to manual mode. Fire boiler manually until required safety valve pressure setting. Be careful. Slacken the compression screw of one valve until this valve blows. Manually fire boiler continuously to check if this valve opens at set pressure. Stop firing. Check to see that if this valve closes firmly without any leakage. If setting is done, lock nut provided must be secured. Now this safety valve that has been adjusted must now be gagged. You use the gagging tool and gag the safety valve. The other safety valve must now be adjusted in the same manner as the first valve. It should also be adjusted in the same manner as we adjusted. But this valve is usually set about 3% higher than the earlier one. So say if you have set that one, so it should be set 3% of that setting, higher than that setting. Finally, remove the gag from first valve. Fit easing gear and lift manually to check the operation of safety valves. Likely causes of safety valve leak or valve seat getting corroded. Chattering or fluttering may have taken place. Impurities like dirt and foreign particles getting trapped between the valve and the valve seat might leak then. The spindle and valve must be secured against turning to protect the valve and seat from damage. So, repairs on safety valves. Badly corroded safety valve and valve seat. What repair we do? In case of matting surface between the valve and the seat are badly scored, they can be rectified by grinding. Valve can be ground against a cast iron plate using a fine grinding carbon paste stirred with kerosene. Slightly use the kerosene for cutting purpose. It will cut easily. Sheet. The seat in the valve body can be ground in the same way using cast iron rod or suitable size. You can use a cast iron rod of suitable size and you can ground the seat using carbon paste and kerosene. Finally, use the Persian blue to do matting surface check that the valve have been ground properly and it is overhauled and repaired. Effect due to change in clearance. Increased valve lift. What can it affect? What all the effects are there? increased blow down. If your wall lift is increased, it will increase blow down. If necessary, the following needs to be done. You can counteract. So remedial, adjust the maximum lift. Surveyor may request to carry out accumulation pressure test. Routine checks on safety valves for proper operation. What all the routine checks is supposed to do for a safety valve for its proper operation. Check any water or steam seepage from drain pipe fitted to safety valve. Check the escape. It is not hot due to steam leakage. You can use a IR thermometer for that. Check at the funnel for sign of steam emission or leakage. You can see there. If there is leakage, manually operate the easing gear. Safety valve set pressure. Pressure at which safety valves begin to lift. Maximum working pressure should be less than or equal to 0.9 times of the safety valve set pressure. Safety valve not to be set more than the maximum allowable pressure. Each safety valve is capable of 130% evaporation capacity of the boiler. One safety valve is capable of handling the situation. Understood? Safety valve set pressures for economizer safety valve. Refer to manufacturer's instructions because it differs from boiler to boiler. But usually it is higher than the maximum boiler water circulating pump pressure as a thumb rule. Superheater safety valve setting. Minus 0.3 bar of the boiler drum safety valve setting. The superheater safety valve should be set at the minus 0.34 bar of the boiler drum safety valve setting. Minus the normal load pressure drop through the superheater. Follow manufacturer's recommended pressure setting because again it will differ from boiler to boiler and manufacturer. So it is always better to go as per the manufacturer's recommendations. Location usually on the outlet pipe to prevent overheating of tube in case of relieving. If boiler safety valve blows, there will be a starvation of water. That's why superheater setting is less than the boiler safety valve setting. Safety valves to be checked for their setting. If steam cannot be raised in port, the chief engineer is responsible to set the safety valve at sea and record the setting pressure in the logbook. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you like it and hope it is helpful to you.